Okay, welcome to the Tradingview walkthrough tutorial guide that I'm bringing you guys through today. We are going to go through everything when it comes to Tradingview, what it has to offer, because it is really, in my opinion, and I think in most people's opinion, the best trading platform software in the world. You have access to every single market out there: stocks, futures, crypto, small cap, large caps, bonds. You can mix and match charts to compare what the chart data is, indicators, EAs, everything that you could imagine coding, trading on the platform TradingView has to offer. Completely free to use, or you can sign up for one of the plans and go for the Pro, Pro Plus, or Premium service that they have to offer. Okay? We will talk about that later. We will go over the news, screeners, the community, how to search for ideas, chart analysis, everything. This platform is amazing. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is create an account. It's extremely simple. Now to create an account, you will head over to tradingview.com and you will see top hand, right hand chart. You will see a little icon. Click that. You can click sign in and it will get you to fill in your username, email, which one you want to use, and a password. Okay, so now let's get into the charts. Over here on the top hand section, click it, and you will be brought to a page like this. Now your chart might look a little different. Mine is already set to dark mode. I'm personally a fan of dark mode. Now if you don't know what that is, it basically trims everything on the outside dark. It's easier on the eyes. I personally recommend having something like that. Now to change it, you can go up here to your top left in the hamburger icon, and you will scroll down and you will see dark mode color theme. You click it off, it's all white. It's going to hurt the eyes after a couple of years of trading. Trust me, every single year I seem to go darker and darker on the charts. All right, so I personally recommend having that as dark mode on, and we can always change the candlestick colors and the background color so there is some type of differential viewing for the charts and whatever's going on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to leave it dark mode. Okay. So first things first, let's talk about if you want to change the candlesticks of the chart. Okay, so if you want to change the candlesticks or anything on the background of the chart, you can go click on the candlesticks, double click, and it will bring up this little chart settings. Or what you can do is you see this little gear icon up here on the top. You can click that, the little gear icon, and it will bring up all this information. You will see symbols over here, and it will give you the information like body, borders, wicks. And if you want to change your candlesticks, what you can do is click on the color, click on blue, and it will change the colors of the candlesticks. So you can go through and click on whatever type of colors that you like. Okay, for this example, we're just going to leave them red and green, but you can change the wicks, you can change the body of the candle so it looks a little different, something like that, right? So it's definitely a nice little thing to screw around with once you kind of figure out how you want to look at the chart. Some people like them green and red, some people like them black and white, some people like them red and black. There's a million different combinations that you could pick, but that's very simple. You can choose how you want the layout. But for right now, we are going to keep it whatever the same is, okay? Pretty simple. If we continue to scroll down, I really don't click on anything else. You can click on bid and ask, so that will show you the live market of what the bid and the ask is. That is nice to have if you are going to be trading on the TradingView platform. But I personally don't as of right now. I personally use MT4 to execute all my trades, but 99% of my analysis and time is spent here on TradingView, right? But if you want, you can attach your broker. You can connect a bridge to your broker to this platform, and you can trade on TradingView, and it will go directly to your trading account. That is something that you can do. Okay, so we can click on bid and ask, and it will have that. Now, when it comes to everything else, I personally just recommend leaving everything on. It's pretty much default settings. You'll get the gist of this as you go on through time, but overall everything should stay basically the same. Now, if you want to change the background of your chart, because some people like white, some people like black, some people like, I don't know, green, I guess you could say. But hey, if you like white, you could change it to white. And let's change this to white as well, so it's a double white background. Okay, and so you can see my chart is white. Now, if you want to have it darker, we could change it to something like this. Okay, let's go a little darker for this video. Let's go double change to something like that. Let's go a little darker. And you know what? If you don't like those colors, what you can do is you can connect and create your own color like that. right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave everything the same color for right now. Now, something that I personally don't like when it comes to my chart settings is I don't like to see the background of this. You know how you see these white lines right here in the background? I personally don't like that. So what we're going to do is double click the chart, the candlesticks, or go up to the gear icons, go down to appearance, change the vertical lines, and you will see this opacity. This will make the lines dark or invisible. I like to set mine down to 0 because I don't want to have to see those lines. Now, you might want to, but that's up to you. You can click on them. You can change colors simply by changing the color simply, or you can change the opacity and it will show you how strong you want the lines to be. Okay, I personally like to have them invisible for me. If you like session breaks, you can click on that and it will tell you, oops, no ads on chart. See, we just ran into a problem. This is why I recommend paying for the cheapest version at least, because you will get ads. Okay. If you like to add session breaks, actually I can't do it because I'm not logged into my account, but we will do that. Overall, everything should be the exact same, though I personally wouldn't bother screwing around with any other settings. Most of the time when it comes to appearances, the only thing I'm changing right here is background, the vertical grid lines, and the horizontal lines, okay? Now, trading, overall, leave it. I don't see an issue with it. I don't personally trade on Tradingview, so you probably won't either, unless you decide to connect your trading account to Tradingview. But overall, everything else could basically stay the same. You're basically only going to be changing the colors of the candlesticks and mainly the background of the vertical lines, the horizontal lines, and the background color. That's mainly all you're probably going to be screwing around with here on the chart settings. So what I'm going to do is log into my personal trading account and I will step you through the toolbars on the left, anything on the top, and the watch list and anything else. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Definitely looks a little bit different. This is how I view my charts. This is my watch list. We're going to add everything. We're going to go through everything, so don't worry about that. So it looks like this. If you guys want to know what my settings are really quickly, I will go over here to the symbols tab so you can check out what I am using for body, borders, wicks, appearance, everything is that. Okay, besides that, all the settings are the same, so you really don't have to change anything else. So let's talk about indicators, because I'm sure some of you guys might be interested in indicators, coding, EA, and stuff like that, so let's quickly talk about that. Now, to add or remove indicators on your chart, you will see this symbol right up here. You look at the top hand bar, you click that, and this is where all the indicators basically in the world is. It's literally EAs, my scripts, technicals, financials, everything. So if you want to use, I don't know, head and shoulders pattern, boom, they have chart patterns out there for head and shoulders patterns that will identify them for you. If you like supply and demand patterns, okay, there's some indicators out there for supply and demand. Now, I'm not sitting out here advocating to use these exact indicators. Everybody codes them a little bit differently, so I wouldn't completely trust them on how to identify what's a head and shoulders pattern, what's supply and demand, what's support and resistance, right? There's indicators on all this. You can look at reviews, you can look at the likes, how many people are using them. It's all great information, but for this, let's use an example of, say, Bollinger Bands. So we click on Bollinger Bands, we type it in, we click on it, and instantly it pops onto our charts. Okay, if you wanted to change the colors of the indicators or anything like that, you can literally just go to the indicator, double click it, and you can go through and screw around with them. Once again, you could change the length. So if you want a certain amount of candlesticks for the indicator to be set to, okay, you can change that. You want the different style, you want to change colors, very simple, go to style, and well, you can change your color. Very simple. All right, you can change the size, you can change what it looks like. It's an excellent trading platform. If you don't like having the top bar, well, you can remove it, or the middle bar in that case. Okay. Now, if you want to get rid of the indicator, you will see up here on the top left-hand corner under Euro USD, you'll see this little BB. All your indicators will be lined up right here. Okay, so what you can do to remove it is just go over it. You can either click hide, little I, and it will remove it, but it will still have it on your charts, but you don't see it. But if we want to remove it altogether, we just click exit, remove. Okay, and if you have, for an example, let's put on Bollinger Band average true range, stochastics, all that type of cool stuff. What you'll start to notice, ooh, actually, we got to add more. Let's go 50% body range, like that, okay? You'll start to see that these indicators start stacking up on one another. And instead of having a long list of indicators that are listed all the way down here, you will get the option of having this little scroll up bar, and you click it, it will hide it overall. So you're not filtered with indicators over here taking up 10, 15% of your chart, okay? So once again, if you want to remove it, you just click delete. Where is this? Exit. Or you could just go onto the indicator, right click, remove. Okay, very simple. Or you can highlight over it, and once again, there's another delete panel right there. You delete it, and boom. And once again, just like any other indicator out there, you can double click. You can change the settings of how it's viewed, as in the color. You can change the input, how many moving averages you want. It's a great tool. So if you wanted moving averages, well, you just type in moving average, and then boom. If you want another moving average, say you want like 100 or 200 moving average, okay, well then just click boom again and boom again. Double click it. And if you want to have, say, what are the settings on these? This one's set at 9. Perfect. Let's change one to, say, 100. We can go into the settings once again, and let's change this one to a 200. So now you got a 9 EMA, you got a 100 EMA, and a 200 EMA. Moving averages, sorry. Right? So pretty simple to use those indicators. Scroll through them, figure out what you like. If you don't want to use them, don't use them. Okay? So now let's talk about candlesticks. If you want to change your candlesticks to, say, a line graph, you can change it to a line graph. If you like it to be a bar graph, boom, they got bar graphs. Same thing, if you want to change the colors, you can change the colors. If you like a Rinko chart, oh, what is this? Filter out the noise with the Japanese candlesticks. Okay, I got to upgrade to use that. I don't use them, but hey, if you like it, boom, there it is. Look, gives you a little example of the Rinko charts. But for this, everybody mainly changes candlesticks, so we're going to leave it on candlesticks, okay? So pretty simple. So when it comes to timeframes, it's an excellent software platform because you have access to 1 minute all the way to the monthly, to the yearly, to the 25 minutes if you want to. Very simple. You will see up here on the top hand chart, you'll see 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. If you click this little down arrow, it will bring up a little bar for you and it will show you everything. You want the 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, weekly. Very simple. You just click on it and it will change it for you instantaneously. There is no loading of chart data, time, or anything like that. It's an amazing tool. Okay. So once again, if you want to go to the monthly, just click in monthly. Okay. Now a little tip, if you just want to do it fast without actually going up and doing that, just literally go on your keyboard and then type in 1M, 1 month. You want daily, go 1D. You want 1 hour, then you're going to have to type in 60 minutes. Or could you do 6H? Or you could do 6H, and then boom. See, I'm just literally typing on my keyboard. If I want to do a 23-minute chart, boom, 23-minute chart. Isn't this amazing? Now let's talk about if you want to change the current chart that you are looking at. Say we are looking at Euro USD right now, and we want to go look at a stock, say Apple. Well, you can see up here, it brings up a little symbol search. We can delete it and type in APPLE. It will bring it up, or you can type in the stock symbol, which is just APPL, right? And it'll bring up every single one. What's really nice about TradingView is you have access to the German markets, to the Mexican markets, to Asian markets. You have access to every single market out there. This goes for stocks. This goes for futures. You have everything. You can just pull it up, no problem. Like let's look at one, like a Mexican copper futures. Boom, we got it. Look at that. Right? Isn't that cool? If you want forex, we have all the forex pairs there for you. Okay? TradingView is a great system. If you want something crazy, the Euro, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a crazy pair. The Euro Venezuelan dollar, boom, they've got it for you. Okay, you want the crypto market from small caps to large caps for stocks to futures to forex, small caps, minor pairs, exotic pairs to the majors. They've got everything. All right, very simple. You just type in the symbol, or you can spell it out. So if you like, say Monero, Monero, well, it will bring up the exact symbol right here, Monero. And you just click on it and it will change it for you. If you like to look at an index, okay, it will bring up the indexes like the US 30, the S&P. If you want to look at the Mexican index, boom, it's got it for you. If you want to look at the Turkish index, boom, it's got it for you. If you're a person into bonds, okay, they got the US 10-year bonds, the US 2-year bonds. It's very easy, and they have it from all over around the world. So if you want to look at the South Korea 1-year government bonds, boom, that's what it looks like. Go to the daily chart. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to, say, Euro USD, just because it's a simple one that we can look at. Now, a cool thing that TradingView has is something called backtesting. And if you ever want to do some type of backtesting, they have something called bar replay. Up here, top hand chart again, you just click bar replay, and you can click anywhere on the chart. You could scroll pretty far back, and it will drop you off right at that data point. So if you're someone that wants to backtest a trading strategy, it will do it live based off of wherever you push it. Now, it's not the best trading backtesting software out there. I would personally recommend investing $100 into a proper backtesting software, but it's a nice little thing if you can't afford anything else and you want to have access to it. It's completely free. It's great. You can add indicators, and so you can do your back test to see if there's correlation with one things or not. It 100% works. Everything follows up with it with the current chart data. All right, a little thing will pop up like this. You can click the speed. So one candlestick every 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 0.1 second, and you just click play, right? And if you're like, hey, I think market's going to go down from here, okay, so then you could just imagine that prices are going to go down, or you could start drawing using little tools over here to, which we'll get into in a second, hold on, to figure out where you're buying and selling. You could write it down on a piece of paper, but you can't really document and journal this type of stuff. So that's why it's not really the best, and you can't keep switching multiple time frames, because the same data, the amount of data you get on the daily compared to the 1 minute when it comes to the back test, it's not the same, right? So that's why I recommend getting a proper backtesting software. But if you want to just backtest like a 1 hour daily time frame, what's been going on over the last year or two, then sure, it's good. But if you want to have proper access to multiple time frames of years of data and a lot better trading system, then you're going to probably want to pick up a backtesting software. Okay, so very simple like that. You can do some backtesting. You can exit it by just clicking the exit, and you move on. Okay. Now, another cool tool we could talk about is splitting the chart into two. Okay, you can do that by clicking this little box up here, splitting it into two, and then just like that, you have two charts. You could click on one, have it on the hourly, or in case the monthly, and then you could have the one on the left on the 1 hour chart. And we will go back to this in a second when we start covering the left-hand column, which we're going to do right about now. Okay. So let's talk about how to use the trading tools over here. Don't worry, we're going to get into Watchlist, removing things from your watch list, all that type of good stuff. So don't worry about that. Really quick thing I might have forgot. Maybe currently what you see is something like this on your chart. I personally recommend just removing it. Just click it, drag it at the top, and then just bring it all the way down. So you have a full list of your watch list. Very simple. So let's talk about having your trading tools, because you have access to so many great stuff. Fibonacci, grand boxes, fib circles, arrows, rays, horizontal lines, cross lines. You have text, you have anchors, Twitter, you have symbols, right? It's a great trading software, guys. I'm just letting you know. It's absolutely fantastic, and we're going to bring you through it right here. So let's remove that really quickly. So you can get access to all this. Everybody will have the exact same. You'll see it on the left-hand column. And well, it's really easy. You just click on it. If you want to have, it might take you a little bit to remember where everything is exactly, right? As in where the horizontal lines are, where would be a text, where would be a certain like tool I could use to determine my take profit, like something like this, right? That you see, I'm sure, on other people's charts. It might take you a little bit of time. It might take you a little bit of time, but hey, that's part of the fun of learning a new system or a new platform. Okay. So over here on the left, you have access to so much. You simply just click it and then click it on the chart. All right. Once again, horizontal array, boom, boom, just like that. Now, a very important tool that I recommend using when it comes to these drawing tools. If you're a big tool drawer, instead of having to manually click it and then going back over here to the left to grab another one and then going back over here to grab another one, there's a nice tool that TradingView has which puts you in something called drawing mode. Now if we continue over here on the left, we scroll down, or we just look down, you will see a little pencil icon right here with a little lock. Now what this is, it's called stay in drawing mode, which is whatever type of drawing tool that you used previously, it will stay active. So you don't have to keep going back and forth grabbing new different drawing tools. Okay, so if you click it, right, it's now active. And now I go up to say this drawing tool and I start clicking like this. See how I can draw as many as I want? Like that. Isn't that great? If I want to go to text, I can do text. So now it's labeling all my text. If I want to do rectangles, okay, I can do rectangles. I don't have to constantly go back and forth, which takes up a lot of time, and it's more clicking, and it doubles, triples your time. So that's a very important tool that I'm sure everybody will be using, is stay in drawing mode. Now to get out of it, you simply just right click, right? So I'm clicking, 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 clicking. I'm done using it. Simply right click. That's all you have to do, and then boom, it takes you out of it. And then you can start clicking again and see, right? But it is still active, so if you want to go back to like rectangles, boom, there it is, right? But hey, you're done with it. Just right click and it's finished, okay? Now your chart might be looking a little dirty. So to remove everything, what we can do is simply right click the chart and go down to remove drawings. You could also remove your indicators down there as well if you have any going. So let's just click remove drawings. Now, something I did forget to mention really quickly is once you have an idea of what you want to use for your background, your candlesticks and that type of stuff, your EAs, your whatever you want, it's important to save, because when I was new to this, it was a pain because I didn't save, and then the computer would update, or I'd delete TradingView off of my browser, and then boom, it deleted everything. I got to recreate my watch list, everything. It's a pain. So what I want you to do is simply right click, go down to color themes, and you will see a list of different color themes out there. So if you see, for example, if I want to change this to black, it's going to bring it completely different, right? The lines are different, the background's different, the colors of the candlesticks are different. But let me go back to color theme, and I have it called red black MBT. That's just the name that I give it. And then boom, it's back to normal, right? Maybe you make a mistake and you don't want to have to go around deleting all your settings. So what you want to do is right click, color theme, and click save as. Save as and give it a name, so that way it will pop up, and then anytime that you screw up again or you bring up another chart and it looks different, all you have to do is right click, color theme, and then click on the regular color theme that you are using. Okay, very important tip for you guys to do. So it's very simple overall when it comes to that left-hand chart. Spend 5 minutes looking through it, put some stuff on the chart, delete it. There's nothing better than hands-on training by yourself, right? But I'm here to give you a quick walkthrough. So now let's talk about using a watch list, because watch lists are extremely important. You can see here on mine, I have all my currency pairs. I have the commodities, gold, silver, more currency pairs. I got all the commodities, wheat, soybean, sugar, the VIX, and then I have a different watch list where I call my higher time frame, where I have all my stocks, Under Armour, Chipotle, Google, Boeing, all that type of cool stuff. And then I have my bonds. Now, in order to create a new watch list, go up here. It might say something a little different, like watch list for you. Hover over it, click it, create new list. So you click create new list. Let's call it demo YouTube for fun. All right, so boom, this is what it should look like. Nothing here at all. Now to start adding things into your watch list, you're going to see a little plus icon up here. And what you're going to do is say, for example, you want Bitcoin, it's going to add it. You want gold, it's going to add it. You want Euro USD, boom, you got it. So you can go through and pick whatever you want. Let's grab an index as well for an example. Let's just grab like US 30. If you want, we can grab a bond. Let's grab a future. So go through it yourself. You could create a massive watch list. You could create separate watch lists based off of how you want to trade. If you want to split stocks to futures to currencies, whatever you want, you could figure it out through time. And what you can do here is you can start maneuvering through them. If you want to have, say, forex at the top, well, you click and drag. Okay, you want to have stocks right below it, click and drag. You want gold right below that, click and drag. You want crude oil right below the gold, so it's in commodity sector. Boom, click and drag. You want Bitcoin all the way at the top, just click and drag. So it's a very nice thing that you can use. You can just click and drag. Now, if you want to remove something from your watch, just simply click the exit, hover over it, and you'll see a little exit box right there to the right. Just click exit, 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 and now that's our watch list. So you can go through, create a massive watch list. And what I like to do is you do have access to flagging some type of your watch list. So what you can do by that is simply click this little flag on the side. You got to hover over it. You got to click it, and you have access to all these colors. So maybe like you want to flag certain setups based off of your trading plan. Like, hey, Bitcoin has a very good buying opportunity, and I want to buy, right? But maybe not this second, right? But it's on my watch list. I'm waiting for the perfect time. Okay, flag it. Maybe Euro USD has nothing going on, so you unflag it. So now you've done your pre-scan. Now you're only looking at the things that are marked red for your scan, for your watch list for the day, right? And you can simply unclick it, and it will be a different color, or it'll be completely removed. Okay? Now, if you're currently in a trade and you want it to be a different color, we'll click it and choose a different color like that. Okay? So that basically sums up the watch list portion. So we're going to delete this and delete that. We can actually delete this all together by clicking up to the top and scrolling down to demo YouTube, exit, yes, I don't want it, brings back me to my trading. So same thing, like I said, if I wanted to move any type of chart up, I can do that. If I want to create sections, I can do that as well. So now let's talk about what's going on the right. On the right, you will start to see your watch list like we just talked about. That's going to be on the top right. But right below it, you will see alerts. This is very important because a lot of you guys want to set alerts on your chart to notify whether a take profit is hit or if price is coming down into a certain area. You can see right here what mine looks like. So in order to create an alert, very simple. This is the tip that I give you. Simply right click on your chart and you will see add alert. Simply click it and then create. And you will see, boom, it pops up. And then once prices come back down, it will go bing, and it'll pop up a little screen saying, you got an alert on Bitcoin Tether, right? If you want to delete it, you could go over the alert section, just right click, remove, yes, and boom. Now, if you want to do a different way, you could click alerts over here, and you could just simply right click, remove, yes, right? If you want to clear everything, well, you just right click and remove all inactive or remove all and it will delete everything. Now, this is my watch list. I don't want to simply just delete it right now because maybe I have some important stuff that I don't want to delete. All right. So that's very simple. Now, what I do recommend is wherever you want the alert, just use your mouse because it's not the best when you want to say create an alert and then manually type in the alert. Like if you want to right click, add alert. Now, what you can do is if you would like a notification, you can click on it. If you have the Tradingview app downloaded on your phone, strongly recommend you do, as long as it doesn't result to over trading. All right, is you have access to send it a notification to your phone. You could send it to your email. You could have it set so it pops up on your chart, or you don't have it set it popped up on your chart. All right, you could have a private message sent to you. You could say, maybe what you could do is you could set an alert maybe 3 weeks down the future to yourself. You can click add alert, add a little message to yourself saying, have a wonderful day. Smiley face. So whenever that alert gets hit in the future, it will pop up on a little screen and it will say, have a wonderful day. Right? Isn't that a little fun? You could play a little fun game with yourself saying, hello, Austin from the future. So that basically wraps up for alerts. Pretty simple. Let's keep it going. If you want to have access to news, I personally don't recommend it, but you do have access to news right here. It'll let you know what's going on for the headlines for the day, but I recommend using other news sources out there like forexfactory.com, Zero Hedge, BNN, Bloomberg, whatever type of news catalyst that you use that you want to be aware of, then I recommend using those that you will already know. I don't ever use this for news catalysts, okay? But you can have access to news if you choose to. If you want news coming to you from Apple, okay, you'll get everything coming through your information over here on the right saying Apple just released a statement, and it will get directed straight to you over here on TradingView. Very handy. Overall, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I really don't touch anything over here at all. This is kind of a cool little thing. If you want to go into a chat room and talk to a bunch of other people, you can. This is a public chat. This is coming from White Vander. What I can do is type in hola, which means hello. And then, well, people can talk to me. Oh, look, this guy just wrote. And he's trying to share an idea. That's great. Good for him. If I want to have private chats, boom, I got private chat. So if I want to talk to my friends online, well, I can do that right here. You can send other people private messages as well. You could check out streams from other people. If you want to check out the notifications tab, you'll see over here. So I can see, hey, Darkside agreed with my post that I posted on TradingView. We will talk about that in a second. This guy agreed. You can see, hey, this guy commented on it, right? So this is all really cool stuff on the right-hand chart. But to be honest, I don't ever really touch it. I only touch the notifications tab, and I just keep it on the watch list, right? Everything else is I just use this over here on the chart, okay? So you got to figure out how you set up your watch list. Very simple. Figure out what you want to do. Quick reminder is when you are setting up charts on your watch list, you do have access to a lot of different things. So if you type in Euro USD, for an example, you will see it's giving me data for FXCM, Owanda, Forex, IDC, Capital.com, a bunch of other ones, okay? So what I like to do is I like to line it up with my broker. So if I'm using Global Prime, which is my broker, I like to have that as my broker data because it might be a little different to forex.com or Owanda or FXCM. So I recommend using your broker if the data is there. If not, pick one of the popular ones. They're all basically the same, but I like to hold, my alliance is with my broker. So I like to use my broker, okay? So very simple. You have access to a lot of different brokers and data feeds that you do. Okay. So we've covered a lot so far. The next thing that I want to talk about is what's going on down here. Now, I never touch the bottom here because I don't have my account attached to TradingView. Like I said, 99% of my analysis is done here on TradingView, but I do my physical trading on MT4. Now, if you did want to use it, you could use Strategy Tester and stuff like that, but I would direct you to a different video because this is like stuff that you could cover for like an hour, okay? And I don't want to simply do that. I'm going over the basics here. If you want to connect your broker, there's a couple little things that you have to do, adding text notes, stock screeners. It's a lot of coding stuff and like that. I don't deal with that type of stuff, and I'm guessing that probably you won't either. So you could simply keep it on the bottom here just by clicking this button, okay? Show panel, and then click the little minus sign, and it'll bring it down, okay? Really quickly, what we can talk about before we get into different plans that they have to offer and the community that they have to offer on the home screen, because we are going to talk about that, is a cool little thing that they do have is you can split your chart into two, right? You can literally split it into 2 to 3 to 4, but this is going to be a paid version. So if you want to do something like that, you could have Euro USD on one chart, Euro Bitcoin on the other if you wanted, right? But let's keep it the same. But you could have two completely different charts if you're watching two at the same time. Maybe you want to watch 4 at the same time. Maybe you want to watch 8 or 10 at the same time. You can do that with this trading platform, okay? Also, what you can do is, well, you can click and draw, and so it shows up on the same chart, but maybe you want to have two different time frames. So if you want to have a monthly on the right-hand chart and the daily, monthly on the right-hand chart, the daily on the other, boom, you can. And if you want the same drawing to show up on both charts, you will start to see this little arrow right here, not the arrow, this little paper clip, and it will let you know whatever you draw will be on the same chart. So if you want to be this, draw this, you will see this line, right? See it? That little line, that little line. So that's definitely a cool thing that I use all the time. I'll show you an example right here. So British pound, New Zealand, You can see I have my stuff on the weekly and my stuff here on the daily on the left-hand chart. Same drawings, but it's the same drawings, but I have selected a few things that are not going to be on the same drawing. So an example of this would be like, you know how I mentioned this paperclip down here? Well, I simply click it off, and that's going to stop drawing stuff on my chart. So if I want to have something drawn out here on my euro dollar right here, okay, I can have that drawn out, but it doesn't show here on the right. Okay, same thing if you want it on. Okay, well then click and drag, and then boom, it's on. So definitely a little thing that you have to right click a lot and go back and forth if you are one of those traders that like to do time frames. But this is for the paid version. If you're not, well, don't worry about it. Simply right click, delete everything, go back to one screen. Okay, so let's talk about publishing idea and the community behind TradingView, because you can look at other people's ideas, you can join chat room communities, you can comment, you can look what other people are doing that have thousands of likes and that people have a very big reputation here on the TradingView community. So you can post your own ideas or record. So you'll see this little publish button up here. You click it and you can either post an idea or you can record a video idea that will give you a 3-second countdown, and then you can use a microphone, talk to the people, say this is my analysis, this is why I'm buying, or this is why I bought this stock, and so on and so on. Or you can post a picture. So for example, let's just use the dollar, right? Let's say, for example, I want to share a picture like this to the community based off of how I see the market and where price is going. Okay, so I have my little text here, I have my zones, I have trend lines, maybe I have indicators, whatever, right? So I click publish, publish idea. I can give it a title calling it dollar analysis, whatever you want. You can add a description, you can go long, neutral, short, you can select the category, what you think it should be in. You can add tags, you can post it to your Twitter, and then you simply push publish trade idea. Okay, and you can see your own published ideas by going up to the top left on your account, and you can go down to, well, let's just go to my profile. My profile, let's leave, and you can see what my overall profile is, the stats of how often I post, what do I post of, and so on and so on. And then people can comment on your post, like your post. So you can see if people commented on this. Nobody commented on this, unfortunately. Meh. But let's find an example of somebody commenting. Okay, this one's got 5 comments. This is an analysis on cryptocurrency, and you can see other people post on it. I can reply back to them. I can give them thumbs up, likes back in return. Okay, so if you want to see what other people are looking at and so on and so on, you could see the news. You can go up here to the community tab up on the top right here. Click community. And what you can do is you can scroll down, read what people are posting about, give their analysis. If you want to have an analysis on Bitcoin or whatever, you can go to the search bar. You could type in or click on ideas. You could type on scripts. You could type on people. You could search people here. Ideas. So if we want to search an idea of, say, like an analysis of a certain trading system, supply and demand. Does that an idea? Symbols, ideas, enter. So this will give me any ideas of what people are posting about supply and demand. You know, just some interesting, cool stuff for you. You can click on it. You can read what they're trying to say on this analysis, and you know whether or not they were right or wrong, right? Oops, you cannot load the new data because it was a long time ago. So this was a post from a very long time ago that I'm not getting the data. It was from November 2019. Okay, so let's talk about, so it's a great tool that they have here, but 99% of your time is going to be on the chart. Okay, you click chart once again, and it will bring you back to your saved data. You can delete your indicators if there's anything, or you can right click and go back to your chart data layout. Make sure you click save up here so it saves it. So if you don't exit out, if you do a bunch of drawing going through all your charts and you just delete out of TradingView, it's not going to save unless you have autosave on, and then you come back to TradingView to find out that everything's been deleted. It's a pain. I've done it many times before. So make sure you click save and it's on autosave. Okay, it will do it every minute or so, which is very handy because you could spend 30 minutes going through all your charts, drawing out zones, analysis for the week, and then you exit, come back, and next thing you know, it's completely gone. All right, definitely made that mistake. I'm sure you will too as well. So save yourself by just having autosave on. Okay. So to check out the different versions they have for free and paid, go over to the home screen, hover over more, and go down to pricing. And you can see the different options and what they have to offer. They have Pro, Pro Plus, and Premium. They all offer different types of stuff. Now, I recommend bare minimum Pro. I think it's great. You have access to multiple indicators per chart. In this case, you could have 5. You can have 2 charts open at once, right? It will let you know everything that you get. But then as well, you can continue to scroll down and show you everything that you get compared to the Pro Plus, the Premium, and the Basics. If you're going to spend a lot of time here on TradingView, I strongly recommend at least picking up the Pro version to get rid of the ads. Okay. Plus, you can look at multiple charts. You can have more trading alerts. You can have more indicators. You get access to a lot more stuff. I really recommend going with the Pro version. And then once you sign up, you do get offered by them, by an automation system saying, hey, sign up for the year and you'll get like 60, 70% off. Right. So it's a great thing that they have to offer. Or you can go with the Pro Plus or Premium. And so if you guys wanted to sign up with that, I will put my little affiliate link as well down below so you could use that. I really appreciate it if you guys do happen to use that. I would get rid of basics relatively quickly because you're going to get ads and you're going to be limited. But overall, for testing it out, it's going to be fine. Okay. But for a cheap price, you're investing in yourself, in the system, in the trading platform. So I recommend you do that. And that basically wraps it up. I think I covered everything. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to hit me down below in the comments section. I appreciate if you guys hit that like button. Let me know if you have any questions. You guys can reach out to me on social media at MoneyBallAustin. I'll step you through anything that you need help with on TradingView or trading tips. Whatever you need, let me know. I also have free trading videos on my YouTube channel that I'll put you to on my tips playlist covering the supply and demand methodology that I use, as well as my free training at Moneyball Trading. All right, guys, have a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, cheers. Bye-bye.